Alrighty, my people, I am so honored to be in the presence of Dr. Ruth White, Clinical Associate Professor at the University of Southern California. In the Department of Social Work is where she gives people the best education. She is also a dynamic woman and a Jamaican. She specializes in stress management, emotional resilience, mental wellness, organizational change, and community based interventions. So, Dr. Ruth White, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're a very, very busy person, but a lot of people are totally stressed out because of COVID-19. They're pulling their hair out. They're saying, somebody help me, somebody save me. And so I want to have a conversation with you to get some tips. How do we survive this pandemic stress?
So first, everybody know that stress that you're feeling is normal. Okay, millions and hundreds of millions of people are feeling like you. Stress is simply a response to an adverse or demanding circumstance. Okay, so it is something that we developed as an evolutionary response to danger. And even though we don't have lions chasing us on a regular, our bodies still are responding to a certain stimuli in a way that has our blood pumping, that adrenaline rush that people feel, right? That is a response to a stressful event. So you might not be able to control COVID-19 or the global pandemic, but know that you can control your response to it. And it is key to your emotional and physical health. People don't know this, but it's the number one reason we go to the doctor is stress related. Stress related illnesses are also the number one cause of chronic illness. Heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, all of these things are about stress. So again, I'm going to give you some tips that will help you manage that stress and control your response to this, unmatched circumstances that we find ourselves in.
All right, wait.
So let me start.
I have my book out, and I want to encourage everybody else to grab a
Yes.
pen and paper. It's important to write these things down. It will be your go-to guide when you're feeling stressed out and out of control. So let's get going. The first
Yes.
tip now.
So our first tip is about our breath. Okay. Now, for a lot of people, when you find yourself responding to a stressful moment, you'll find your heart beating fast and your breathing shallow. That is your adrenaline doing what it's supposed to do. Your amygdala get this signal and it says danger, and your pituitary gland say, oops, and it come to the adrenal gland, and the adrenal gland say, all right, body get ready to freeze our fright response, right? The stress responses. And so breathing gets you back in control of your body and your mind. You get more oxygen to the brain and to your muscles. So I'm going to walk you through a breathing exercise you can do at any time that you're feeling stressed. So what we're going to do, let me tell you what we're going to do, then we're going to do it. All right.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is we're going to breathe in through the nose. We're going to, on a count of 5, we're going to hold it for 2. And we're going to breathe out through the mouth for a count of 5. So I'm going to walk you through this again. In through the nose, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Breathe out through the mouth, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can do that at any time. The children are calling you, you're getting short-tempered, your man getting on your nerves, your friend is annoying you, the doorbell is ringing, the kettle is going on, the dog needs to be walked, whatever. Take a deep breath. You might do it before a speech. You will see athletes do it before they perform. It is a way to center yourself. Okay. Breathing is also the foundation for mindfulness practice. And every time people hear the word mindfulness, them think Deepak Chopra, they think the Dalai Lama sitting in a lotus position, right? And you're saying you're Om and you are. That is not the only way to have mindfulness. That is meditation. And there is nothing wrong with that. You sit quietly in a spot and you simply close your eyes and you focus. So mindfulness is about focusing without interpretation or judgment. Okay. And so you can focus on anything, but your breath is a great one where you just feel the breath going in through your nose. You feel it in your body and then you release it. Okay. Other things you can do for mindfulness is that you can focus on something like a flower or a leaf, where you look at that leaf and you feel the textures, you see what it is, you smell it, you stay in that moment. You can do the same with a flower. The other one that I tell people about is mindful eating, which is very trendy right now, but it's good for people, especially when you want to like control what you eat, is the grape, your watermelon, whatever, savor it. When you take that right now, watermelon in season, and I've been having some great ones, you bite into it, you feel the crispness, you feel the liquid, the taste, and you really, really enjoy what you're eating. Okay, so that's mindfulness.
I will tell you,
The-
I'm actually growing watermelons now, and I notice a lot of people going into backyard farming, urban farming, kitchen farming,
Yes,
and I wonder if
yes,
that is therapeutic, that our bodies naturally
yes.
gravitate to that during this time.
Yes, a lot of people are growing things. So I come from a farmer family, and my mom has a spectacular garden there in Black River where, people take wedding pictures and things. And I never usually grow things because I travel a lot, but I have a glass now. I just put in some garlic and some scallion and
Me
waiting for it
too.
to root because I said, I'm not traveling anywhere, so let me grow something. Gardening is very therapeutic and it's great because it gives you patience. You get to watch this thing grow, and it's really a great way of also producing food for yourself, as well as if you're putting it in your house, plants. It turns out, so here's an interesting thing around stress management. Even a fake plant will calm you down. So if you have an office space or whatever and you put greenery there, green calms us down. Living plants calm us down. So that is a great, thank you for that. So while we're talking about that, go outside. Go outside and do the gardening. One of the things that people don't realize that outside gives us is sunshine. Sunshine is key to the production of vitamin D. Vitamin D elevates your mood and is also vital to your immune system. And you need a strong immune system right now, right? So make sure you get some sunshine on your face. For those of us who don't want the wrinkles, put on the sunscreen and go outside and get yourself some sunshine, right?
Great advice.
While you're out, yeah. And while you're out in the sunshine, exercise. And I know, especially in Jamaica, people don't like sit out in the sun or do too much in the sun. But it turns out that exercise outside has more mental health benefits than exercise inside. And if you used to go to the gym or whatever, you don't need equipment to work out, right? Go for a brisk walk. I used to walk up and down in the hills of New Kingston with one of my uncles. And let me tell you, him then call him Speedy, because would work me out going up the hill and down the hill. You don't need to go running. You can just, as I say, go for a brisk walk, do some jumping jacks in your yard, do some yoga in the yard, but you can do something outside. If you don't have a big yard, sit on your balcony, go at any space where you can get some sunshine on your face and do some physical activity. All right. Now I'm going to talk to you about the media. So if you watch the news these days, it's a whole heap of bad news, right? And even on the best days of news, as I say, if it bleeds, it leads, because human beings, for some reason, have a negative bias. So we focus on the bad news and not the good news. So what you need to do, though, in this period is to limit your media consumption, right? Because since it's pure bad news, that bad news is only going to make you feel sad or anxious or feeling helpless or out of control. So put some boundaries around your media consumption. Listen to the morning news, listen to the evening news, and turn it off in between. If you want to take an hour to sit down and read the newspaper, do that, fold it up and put it away. Okay? As for social media, I use social media to stay in touch with my family, right? Anything else? Any negative thing, I'm not clicking on it. Me say the headline, that is enough, right? And again, if after the negative news, you want to cheer yourself up, watch some comedy, watch some major hype, watch something on YouTube that make you laugh, make you smile, some puppies, some kittens, whatever it is. All right. The other thing I want to talk about is connecting with our loved ones. Social support is important for mental and emotional health. Loneliness actually kills people. It reduces your lifespan if you're lonely. Human beings are social beings, and social isolation is very difficult. This is why it's hard for us right now, right? We're being told we have to stay inside. You can't be around your older relatives, even though you need them and them need you, but you can't physically touch them. So if you can, meet with people, stay 6 feet apart, and wear your mask. I did that with a Jamaican friend of mine yesterday in this rose garden near where I live. We met up in a beautiful setting. He brought his camera. He took pictures. We sat on a bench. We did a walk, had a great conversation face to face. If you can't do the face to face, yes, your Zoom call and your FaceTime is great, but there are other ways to meaningfully connect. So you can write a letter. You know, the thing with, a pad with the pen, you put it in an envelope and a stamp, and I know nobody don't do that anymore. But think about this. When you're writing it and you're sending feelings of love and connection to your loved ones, you feel good. And when they get it on the other end, they feel good. It lasts longer than a text or a nice email. How you going to find the email, right? Are you printing out the email? A nice handwritten letter is a nice way of connecting. Send a card. Send a love note during the day. Connect with your friends on a schedule. Say, okay, every Monday at 7 p.m., I'm going to call my mother. Every Tuesday at 5 p.m., I'm calling this cousin. Every 4 o'clock, I'm doing this. So that way you have a way of connecting with people across, whether it's your neighbor. So that's another thing. Are there neighbors you know that could use some help? Elderly neighbors that maybe don't want to, like my parents are in their 80s. I had to talk to my dad about not going out to go buy him Observer and a Gleaner and thing. I said, stay home as much as possible, right? So if you have some elderly neighbors and you go into the grocery store, knock on the door, ask them if you can run an errand for them. That is a way of connecting in the community in a way that makes you feel less alone and makes other people less alone. We need that social connection right now. We need that social support right now. Right. The other thing I want you to think about is a creative outlet. What is it that you like to do creatively that brings you joy and brings you happiness? Is it cooking a nice dinner? Is it painting? A lot of people are doing the coloring books right now as a way of expressing their creativity and focus. So you knit, you crochet, you sew, maybe you do hairstyle, whatever it is, spend some time doing those creative things. Journaling. Writing is great. So some people will say, well, I don't have nothing to write. Write down one word: joy, happiness, anger. Draw something. Take something, if you see something in a magazine, cut it out and put it on the page as it's an expression of what you're going through. Yeah. The other things to remember is that we're going through historic times. So if you journal right now, 5 years from now, you can look back and say, oh my goodness, this is how we got through the crisis. All right. If you have nothing else to write and those suggestions don't work for you, gratitude. Oprah Winfrey made this famous, but the science shows that if you find 3 things for you to be grateful for, what happens is that you have optimism, you have positive feelings, and you have hope. Okay, it's a way of shifting your perspective from the negative to the positive. So in the morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for to start the day in a really nice space. End the day by saying, this is what I'm grateful for. Okay. The other thing, I was thinking about, and I've done this for people who in workspaces, is what I call a done list. Everybody have a to-do list, right? And the to-do list never ends. You just keep crossing off things, but there's always things left. At the end of the day, have a done list. This is what I did today. So that you're not just focusing on what you need to do, but you look at yourself and you're like, look, I did X, Y, Z, A, B, C. I'll write down one key achievement that you did that day. Again, focusing on the positive. All right.
That's really good advice. That's really good advice. That one just stuck with me. Done list. Because sometimes, I go through moments where I'm like, I'm not accomplished and I'm overwhelmed. There's so much to do and I'm not getting through it. It's like the housework you never ever done. Mm-hmm. And this is a good one for me. Thank you, Dr. White.
Yeah, a lot of people, it was a spontaneous thing. I was having a conversation with somebody else on a Facebook Live, and it came to me, and I said, wait a minute, I said it, and it resonated with people because, again, yes, people say you see the cross off on a to-do list, but the to-do list always have something on it, which always makes you feel the negativity of like, here is more to do versus look at all I've done. Whether
Mm.
it's, I tell people, if you have a baby, that might mean you change 6 diapers today and you feed a baby 4 times today. I kept a human being alive, right? So that is an achievement in itself. The last thing I want to talk about, which is important for a lot of people right now, is to manage your finances, right? So a lot of people have lost hours, lost a job, lost income, even in stable jobs. My
Mm.
friend, my sister was telling me about a friend she knows that is a doctor who is not working right now, a medical doctor, because the kind of practice that he had right now at the hospitals, those sections are closed. There are some nurses that are working all the time and other nurses that are not working. Professors are getting laid off. People who are in certain positions in Jamaica, if you're working at the tourism industry, you're not having any money right now. So now is the time to take stock of your finances. How much money you have? How are you going to budget for the next little while? Is there a job you can find that's online or delivering things or whatever right now to take you through the next period? Because the finances is such a huge source of stress for people, even in the best of days.
Yes.
Feeling a sense of control over your money, even if it's little money you have, whatever little money you have, how you go and manage it to get through. All right. So I hope that some of these things resonated for the people out there listening. And if you want more resources, my website is ruthcwhite.com. Okay, and you can go to the website. I have a section there called downloadable resources where I summarize some things like how to get good sleep, how to get good nutrition, things to do when you take a break, move at work. All of those things are on the downloadable resource link on my webpage, Ruth C. White. The other thing I want to talk about is I have a book, right, called a Stress Management Workbook right here. Stress Management Workbook is available on Amazon or anywhere you buy books. And for those of you who want to do more of an active stress management practice, it's a great resource for you as well. So I really thank you for having me and for having this discussion. And I hope this has been helpful for people for now and in the future.
I feel so good. I am grateful. It costs people millions of dollars sometimes, to deal with the post effects of stress, going to the doctor, as you said, or people that need this treatment and this therapy. These sessions are expensive. So I really thank you. And I know all my viewers are grateful. We will get your book. We will go on your website and download the resources. Wish you were in Jamaica right now so we could see you face to face and have that, human to human connection. But post COVID-19, we will see you in Jamaica.
Yes.
And we really thank you. Be blessed to you and your family. Thanks for everything,
And
Dr.
thanks
White.
for having me. Blessings to all of you. One love.
One love. I'm going to go now and breathe in. And oh, it feels so good. Thank you.
Bye.